Hello, and welcome to another first impression video. I'm Drew Wilson from FreezeNet. Today we're going to be playing the 2009 Xbox 360 game Forza Motorsport 3. This is the third installment to this particular franchise. So, I've got 10 minutes on the clock. Let's check this one out. And I just wanted to say I have more or less finished playing Forza Motorsport 2. It has completely changed my mind on simulation racing games. I thought simulation racing games are just kind of mediocre and repetitive, but boy was I wrong. Just the way it felt, the way it played. Wow, it was a good game, highly recommended. So I was so looking forward to playing this particular game. And there is a There is a rewind system, as it turns out, in this game. Whoa! Don't break right in front of me. Sheesh. See if I can overtake. Yes. Alright. I know I'm not in the wind tunnel, but it looks... Oh. Okay, let's test this rewind out. Resume from here? I think it's reasonable. Yeah, just like Grid 2, actually. I think that's a very interesting addition to this particular game. Oh well. So I am kind of looking forward to seeing how that plays out in a simulation racing game like this. And another thing I noticed when I was just thumbing through the options is that, yeah, there is a lot of those options to change the difficulty, like not just easy, medium, hard, but actually painstaking detail of different things you can adjust and get various rewards for it. I think at least the difficulty settings have returned, so that was a really cool feature that was in the previous game that I thought was really well done. And sooner or later I'm gonna actually get a good feel for how these vehicles drive. So let's pass on the outer lane, maybe take first. There we go. Alright. I know this isn't F1, but pole position. Maybe not. Maybe the terminology is off. Yeah. So as you can tell, another thing that has returned is the drive line. And that is, at least in the last game, I haven't totally tested this out, but I think it's in this game as well, is that you can enable or disable the line as well. So if you're new to racing game, that is an option for you to have. But if you feel like you're more experienced than that, turn it off and you'll probably get rewards like the last game. Hopefully the rewards are there. Yeah, so at least in the last game, the rewards are basically prizes, like affecting the prize value. So you have a set amount of money you can earn, or credits, I think. Is it credits or actually dollars? I can't remember now offhand, but there's a
choose your first car. Any of these will be competitive.
Ah, interesting. Where's the setting? The performance number. Let's see. Do I get an option to see what the stats are? Pretty good graphics, I have to say. At least on the car. And have really good graphics in this kind of genre, you have to be pretty competitive.
Nice choice.
Maybe there was a button I was missing.
Get behind the wheel, choose Go Race.
Yeah. Just checking out the upgrade system. Upgrade shop? F176, the little blue thing. So there's your number, I think. Stiffer. Description. Tire. This is very different than I recall. Huh. Alright, enough messing with that, but let's check out cars in general. Buy cars. So if I go in here, there we go. That's the number I was looking for. ED, they're different classes. So some classes are restricted to the class you have or the level, and you can upgrade your vehicle, I guess, to kind of bump up that number as well. So yeah, something to kind of keep in mind. I think this has returned, but a little bit harder to really thumb my way through that. Anyway, it says go race. We're gonna go race. Gotta have the guy with the British accent in this, right?
In season you choose from among several events. These events fill up your calendar as you race through the season. Each event consists of multiple races. If you're not sure which event to choose, review the tips displayed under each event poster.
3-door challenge. So yeah, the events are still around.
This is your season calendar. Your first race is highlighted. When new events are added, this is where you can find them. Time for the first race of your new season. Choose Start Race.
It almost looks like a golf course. Yeah. I hope it's not that linear. I mean, you had options to basically race in any order. Oh, before I do, this is what I'm referring to, the different difficult ways you can set the difficulties. So total earnings plus 10% if I turn off auto brake, or stability control. Where are you? Opponent difficulty, suggested line, braking only, off. So you can actually earn up to 15% more of your prize value if you turn those things off. And of course there is the standard. So if you have like the hardest difficulty, you can have 100% more. So it's all up to you on how hard you want to play, and you do get rewarded for choosing harder difficulties. And that's what I found really compelling about this particular game so far. And a lot of the options are stuck around. Anyway, enough thumbing through the options. Let's check out the next race. See if I can do that. And you can get damage in these games, at least in the previous game. If you have a harder setting, then you can actually get assessed a repair penalty. So that is why when you saw the rewind option pop up when I rubbed against that one car in the test phase, that is why I have that. So luckily on the easy settings, not so much. And I'm more of a casual racer anyway. Although I have played on the hardest settings before and have won races, maybe I just don't like challenging myself all the time like that. But yeah, we'll see how this game plays out in that regard, and how difficulty ramps up. And not difficulty, but how your cash actually ramps up. Another complaint I did have about the previous game is the long load times. So this one, unless it was loading in the background, not so much of a long loading time. Okay, inside lane. That really does look like, the grass really looks like a golf course. Oh! And drones don't see you that well. Okay. Yeah. I was used to the higher performance vehicle. So, lower performance vehicles, the goal is to try and gun it for as much as possible. And brake minimally, although that was not enough, as it turns out. Really heavy on the drum and bass, though, I have to say. Come on. Blocking my line, man. They ran me off the road, man. What the heck? Oh, well. That could be attributed to maybe vehicles not... opponent AI not seeing people. And I wish I could continue the race, but I guess that is it. So... yeah, that's... some curious changes, I have to say, so far, but I do like what I see so far anyway, despite that. Yeah, a lot of the features that was in the previous game are at least carrying over. And maybe I'm just not used to the menus yet, or maybe they didn't want to show the level of vehicle that right off the bat and just got you to randomly pick a car, and they were all the same level. Who knows? But yeah, so far so good, I would say. And again, it didn't really quite feel like 10 minutes, but I was fiddling with the options as well. So anyway, I actually wanted to hear from you. What did you think of this particular game? Was it a really good game? Was it something very memorable? Or did you prefer other entries in the series? Let us know. And if you haven't played this particular game but played other games in the franchise, was this a really good game too? Did you prefer the second one? Did you like the first one? Did you like later games better? Or was this a real highlight of this franchise? Let us know. And if you haven't played any of the Forza Motorsport games before, but are seeing this for the first time, does this actually look like an interesting game to you? I was able to kind of thumb around the options for you and kind of check out what features are actually in the game. So maybe that helped give you an idea of what the game is like. I don't know. But does it look like an interesting game to you? Maybe the simulation racing game isn't your thing. And I've heard some people say once you play one racing game, you played them all, which I personally disagree with, but that's just me. I'm actually a bit of a fan of racing games to begin with, so maybe that affected things there as well. But yeah, let us know anyway what you thought of what you saw so far. So if you want to support us, there are plenty of ways you can do that. You can drop us a like and let us know, hey, you're doing a great job, keep up the good work. And additionally, you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on notifications to get real-time updates on what videos we posted. And through that method, that is the fastest and most convenient way to actually find out if we've uploaded something new, is to just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and get those notifications. But you know, if you have lots of notifications in your inbox, don't worry, you can just subscribe to the channel. It helps out the channel anyway. You don't have to have notifications on, but it's a good way to keep tabs on us. You can also check out our website, freezenet.ca. It has all the latest in news, music reviews, video game reviews, and a whole lot more. It even has a wiki, so you can finally update your music collection and find some amazing new music you may not have otherwise heard of before. So another thing to check out as well. And also you can check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/freezenet. If you want to, and that's the way to actually directly support this channel and the website. And you can subscribe to a tier and get insider information. Like, for instance, people knew who were subscribed to the Patreon page that we were going to be playing Forza Motorsport 3. And you want that insider information, or you want early access to our podcasts, or maybe some other features, that's the way to do it. Patreon.com/freezenet. And if Patreon isn't your thing, you can also check out our coffee page, coffee.com/freezenet. You can just drop us a one-time donation, a little tip. You know, let us know, hey, you're doing a great job. Wanted to support you in some small way in this tough time. That's the way to do it too if you don't like subscriptions. So yeah, every dollar will count, and it goes towards all of our operations. The YouTube channel, the website, the podcast. We'll make sure every dollar is stretched to the max to give you some of the best quality stuff that we can actually provide. So I guess that is all for now, and until next time, keep it cool.